Okay, so hello and welcome everyone. We're going to get into something a little different today. This is a psychic medium reading. So as you can see, if you listen, pay attention to the squirrel, it just kind of seemed like the squirrel was giving off like a warning sign. I deal with a lot of birds. When it comes to the squirrels are pretty much minding their business. They're always flirting with each other, playing with each other, chasing down behind each other. They're out here just looking for a nut, looking for a squirrel trying to get a nut, right? So, squirrels are my symbol to remind me to have fun with what I do. So, they represent fun. So the thing is that for the squirrel to come to me and have such an alarming presence and message to give to me, I said, okay, something is not right. So I'm going to tell you, when I got in my car, it felt like somebody's energy had been in that car. It was so disgusting. It was a very nasty, it was very nasty. It was a very nasty feeling. It was so like triggering. And my thing is, I was thinking, I said, it don't feel like spell work has been done on my car because, I have been under attack. I've had a couple of convents. I've had a couple of families who are out here paying practitioners to come up against me. So I'm very well informed of what is what. I've had a lot of practice. Okay. And, it gets very dark in this realm. And what people don't understand that this is life purpose for me. This is not just an interest. This is not a hobby. This is what you call a calling. So anytime that God calls on me, my ancestors call on me, then, I pick up the phone. Okay. And the universe pays me for my services. Okay. So when it comes to spiritual work, a way in which that you receive payment is through abundance, meaning that you will receive gifts. You may find $100 bills on the ground. You may find $50 bills on the ground. Somebody, you may be at the store and somebody pays, for your items. Somebody may just randomly give you a gift. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may come around. Maybe they came up on the blessing. They'll come around and share their blessing with you. So this is what I mean when I say the universe pays you in abundance, which means that when you're living in your purpose, this is what it is. So I know that a lot of people, especially when it comes to the spiritual community, it's kind of like we see our purpose, we take so much pride in it, we see it as something to where we kind of want to build a life around. But purpose is more so moral. You know what I mean? You're not going to get paid for being moral because we live in a very materialistic, masculine, man made world. So if you think about it, it just doesn't make sense. There are a lot of people who are in their purpose and they're working like regular jobs. And you wonder why they're so blessed, they're so happy within their life because they understand, they get it. Your purpose is not the center of your life. Your purpose is a part of your life. It is a part of the bigger picture of your life, of life on earth in general. Okay, so I thought I would just put that in there, take a little pressure off of people. Okay. So, getting back to the situation, when I got in the car, I said, ew, this person is in pain. This person is in regret. This person, they must be experiencing a lot of stress. They're experiencing a lot of stuff within their body. This person is completely and totally like mentally fucked out here. I'm just like, it had to be from either one to two people. So I'm just like, we've had a couple of situations to where individuals, they stole my son's gym bag. And the thing is that, people stole my son's gym bag because they needed the DNA from the sweat on his gloves. That's why they took his boxing gloves, because they wanted to put a curse on my son. Okay. So the thing is that they put the curse on him, but I was able to see it. So I sent it back to their children. And yes, I know exactly who it was. Okay. So the thing is that, you know, um, these individuals are dealing with, they're dealing with a lot of things. You see, people, they have such a point to prove to me. they don't understand that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. What they're doing, that's not what they're supposed to be doing. So every time they try to come up against me, it never works. It's actually teaching me. It's not necessarily affecting me. You see, I know what I'm doing. And at the same time, I'm learning, to where individuals have no idea of universal law. They have no knowledge about these things. And there is an individual who's trying to get into these things. And it's kind of like they're entering into this world with an unpure heart. And I'm going to tell you, it's scary, but this is the truth. This is what you call walking into the torture chamber, to where you walk into a place that is so dark, but you are so vulnerable, you don't have any type of protection, that the dark forces just torture your soul. And it's like you can't get out. You can scream as loud as you can, but nobody can hear you. This is what they call the sunken place, right? So if you remember the movie Get Out, it was like a big screen and these people were falling into the sunken place. So the thing is that you go into a very dark place to where you can't see. So it's as if you're no longer in control of your vessel. Something else is. Whatever is torturing you, whatever is torturing your soul is what is controlling you. Okay? So the thing is that, the energy that I felt, I'm just like, whoa, it feels, their kundalini is damaged. It's extremely damaged, So, when I got into the car, I noticed how the car was, I'm just like, you know what? Somebody has been messing with this car. I said somebody is trying to create some type of a car accident, because I can feel the car is off balance. It's out of alignment. It's kind of like it drives enough to the point to where it's not obvious to tell that something is wrong with the car, so that we go get it checked out right away. It's like it has been rigged. And over a certain amount of time, just out of nowhere, like something is just going to happen, like to the tire or something. So I'm going to tell you what most people don't know is that spiritual evidence will hold up in court. So what I have done is that I have already made a video. I have made a video explaining to the courts. You see, I'm a psychic medium. It doesn't matter if motherfuckers believe it or not. If I can predict some shit that's going to happen and it happens, and I have evidence, I can take it to court and I can actually build a case. And the thing is that these individuals have been doing things for a long time, and I have been recording certain things. Okay. And then I also have witnesses too that have been talking to these individuals. I have witnesses that these individuals don't even know that I have. So if something happens and I release my video to the courts, then there's going to be a trail of videos, and there's going to be a trail of attempts that individuals, you can take witchcraft, you can take it to the courts. You can take it. If it keeps adding up, if it keeps making sense, you really don't need physical evidence. And then it's kind of like when it comes to the individuals that has been doing the work, their brain is going to start scrambling. Their brain is already scrambled. And the thing is that when everything lines up back to back to back to back, they're not going to know what to say or how to explain, because they have told so many lies. They have told so many lies to the point to where they're going to forget their lies. They're going to forget everything that they said, everything that they told. They're going to forget who they told it to. There are a lot of individuals who have gone to court, based off of spiritual criminal acts. So, I know how to cover myself. So I have already made my video. Okay. And like I said, I have other videos that I have made too. So, I mean, it's kind of like if something happens to the car, it's more so of when it happens to the car. You see, I don't know. Motherfuckers may have a change of heart. They may come back and try to fix the car. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, if not, and something happens to the car and it's devastating and somebody gets into a major accident and somebody gets hurt, you know, I can take these individuals to court. It's gonna be a long process, but I'm gonna tell you the amount of time, the amount of money, the amount of effort and work that individuals have been putting in. Going to court is going to speed it up even quicker. So shit is going to start happening too fast. They won't even be able to keep up. So I want to tell individuals out there, as a spiritualist, you know, that even when under attack, you can take it to court. Okay. Now the thing is that, you know, you have to be documenting things, because you cannot prove what somebody else is doing unless you're able to talk to individuals that people have been working with, or people know, or maybe you have a witness. But the thing is that I'm trying to tell you, it's kind of like all of that magic is going to reverse, right? It has already been turned back to the sender, but once you bring it to court, it's all going to hit. It's going to hit very hard. Even if you're an individual to where you are a victim of spell work. And the thing is that you have to make sure that you have the times, because, you know, I've known individuals to where they have faked it. It's like they created documents and, you know, they were being fake and all this type of stuff, and it didn't hold up in court because it wasn't real. You see what I'm saying? The spiritual system is one that you cannot cheat. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, I thought that I would just come through and shed some light on that, and bring that into fruition. And the more places in which that I talk about it, and the more, you know, the more time, because I noticed it yesterday. So today is the next day. Okay. So, you know, when you're going up, when it gets to a point to where you're just tired of certain things, then, I mean, you can't get justice for it. And sometimes the spirit guides want you to go to court, because it's like people will do the energy work, they'll do the spell work, they'll go to a practitioner and all this type of stuff, or they'll try to do things themselves, but it's all in the hidden. So once they do something physically, that's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? That's a wrap. Now you can align the physical act to all of the spiritual stuff, especially if you have been documenting it. Okay, I have a lot of videos that I have been doing documentations on that individuals have been doing to me and my family. Okay, so we're going to end the video here. And until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.